Hello students, this will be the next class of your investment management subject. What I have taught you in my last class is I have started the fourth unit and I have explained you regarding the portfolio management, portfolio return and risk, and efficient frontier. That is, we have discussed, I have shown you a graph and told you that which all are the portfolios which are efficient when they are nearer to the frontier that has been expected, that has been measured with a maximum return and a lower level of risk as such. So Markowitz has given this model, and what you want to do is I hope it is clear to all of you. Efficient frontier. I'll move further. If you have any doubts regarding any of the things, just you ping me up. If you see this, I have explained you. So the next is capital asset pricing model. This is where it is also called capital market theory. If you see in your syllabus, there is a concept in your fourth unit, CML, that is capital market theory. It is an extension of portfolio theory given by the Markowitz. This has been given by Markowitz again. The portfolio theory explains how investors should build efficient portfolios based on their risk return preferences. So based on their risk return preferences, the capital asset pricing model has been prepared. It's an extension of which has been given by Markowitz. So basically it is nothing but it explains how investors should build efficient portfolios. How they are going to build their efficient portfolios based on their risk and return analysis as such. So that is what. So that is what is CAPM. So here if you see Sharpe WF CA capital asset prices, a theory of market equilibrium under conditions of risk, Journal of Finance. Instead of correlating each security with an index of all securities included in the analysis, correlate each security with the efficient market value weighted portfolio for all the risky securities in the universe. Also allow investors the option of investing in a risk-free asset. So instead of correlating each security with an index of all securities, okay, so instead of investing each of them with the index of all securities, correlate each security with the efficient market value weighted portfolio. So it is being said in this capital asset pricing model, if correlate means have a relationship each security with the efficient, which is most efficient market value portfolio of all risky securities. So that is nothing but market portfolio. Also allow investors the option of investing in a risk-free asset. So here CAPM also allows the investors an option of investing in risk-free asset also. There's another model, CAPM, I have already said you. There are formulas also if you see. So that is what we are going to discuss in detail. Another model is in your fourth unit is APT, that is arbitrage pricing theory. In your CAPM, again it will be divided into two: capital market line, security market line. That I am going to explain you in detail. Now we are going to discuss about the APT, arbitrage pricing model. Arbitrage is basically, it's in another what we can say is it's a mediator. These are the mediators who do the business of making money. So here also what they do is they buy the price securities or any of the asset from the lower cheaper market and they sell it in the high rate market, so that they're going to get the benefit. Now suppose, as I said, you already given you in the example of the class also, you purchase in wholesale the prices from Begum Bazaar and you sell it in the Jubilee Hills. So the same price you will get extra price. Suppose you have purchased some utensils for at Begum Bazaar, you're going to sell same thing at the Jubilee Hills. You're going to sell it at a higher price, isn't it? So that is nothing but arbitrage. So making arbitrage benefit is nothing but buying at cheaper rate and selling at higher rate. So that is what is arbitrage pricing theory. So here also in this method it is being said that in arbitrage pricing theory, do the similar part. Buy it from the cheaper markets and sell it in the higher price market assets. That is what arbitrage pricing theory says. So instead of correlating each security with only one market portfolio, correlate each security with an appropriate series of factors: inflation, industrial production, interest rates. So what is being said over here is, instead of correlating each security with one factor, correlate each security with an appropriate series of factors. And you have to correlate with all the things. You have to check out the relationship between inflation, industrial production and interest rates and all. Then calculate the portfolio theory. So this is another one. I hope it is clear to all of you. Formulas and all I am going to give you in the further class. I am just going to explain you theoretical part in this class. Then in next class I am going to explain you regarding the problems also. You have problems in this unit. In CAPM you have problems. In APT you have problems. In CAPM again you have two methods: capital market line and security market line. Formulas are also there. I am going to explain you simultaneously while doing the problems. So another one is arbitrage pricing theory. You have formulas in this also. Markowitz contribution I have already explained you in the first unit. In the last class also I said you portfolio return and risk, that has to be it's important. Again I want to tell you, Hari Markowitz Portfolio Selection Journal of Finance set the stage for modern portfolio theory. The first major publication indicating the importance of security return correlation in the construction of stock portfolio is being given by this Hari Markowitz. That is the reason the name itself for the model has been given as Markowitz model. Markowitz showed that for a given level of expected return and for a given level of security universe, knowledge of the covariance and correlation matrix are required. So what he has shown you here is Markowitz has given a particular level of return and risk has been observed by him. Taken into consideration, covariance and correlation matrices are also. So you can check out this. He has born in 27, is an American economist. He is into modern portfolio theory. His model in 1952. Studied the effects of asset risk, return, correlation and diversification and probable investment portfolio return. An investor has certain amount of capital he wants to invest over a single time horizon. So assumptions I have already discussed yesterday. So essence of Markowitz model again. Markowitz model assists in the selection of most efficient by analyzing various possible portfolios of the given security. By choosing securities that do not move exactly together, the Markowitz model, Hari Markowitz model shows investor how to reduce their risk. So here what he has done is they has introduced the investors how to reduce their risk. Is also known as the Hari Markowitz model, is also known as mean variance model due to the fact that it is based on expected return and the standard deviation of the portfolio. This is the graph where on the x-axis the returns have been given, y-axis portfolio risk has been given. The relationship has to be maintained like this: total risk and returns as such. So investor has a certain amount of capital he wants to invest over a single time horizon. He can choose between different investment instruments like stock, bonds, options, currencies and portfolios. So these are the different types of securities, instruments as such. The investment decisions depends on the future risk and return. The decision also depends on if he wants either maximize the yield or minimize the risk. If he want to get the returns, he has to take a little bit risk. If he want minimum risk, he has to be ready with minimum returns also. So the investor is only willing to accept a higher risk if he or she gets a higher expected return only. So if he will be willing to take risk if only he is getting expected return also maximum. So efficient frontier I have explained in my last class. That's the dominate constitute the efficient frontier. So here this is what has been given in points below the frontier are dominated, no points plot above. Here 100% investment in security with higher returns also. All portfolios on the lines are efficient. These portfolios all on this line will be efficient. Below this will be less efficient. Minimum risk will be there. Okay, this I have already explained you, so I don't want to. Just check out the previous class. The Sharpe index model. Sharpe index model is like, as I said you, there are two methods again under capital market line. You have capital market line and security market line. So Sharpe model is one of them. In Markowitz model, a number of covariance has to be estimated. If a financial institution buys 150 stock, it has to estimate 11,175 n square minus n divided by correlation efficiency. Sharpe assumed that the return of a security is linearly related to a single index like market index. So what he assumed is the return of a security is only related to market index, not with the another factors like another factors also will be there like inflation, government policies and all. That has not been considered. Only what is considered over here is the market index. That's it. It's correlated with what is being said in single index model. Sharpe model is also known as. Casual observation of stock prices over a period of time reveals that most of the stock prices move with the market index. So when Sensex increases, stock prices also tend to increase. So this indicates that some underlying factors affect the market index as well as the stock prices. So this is the formula, guys. This is a part of security market line. What is here, it's not been mentioned, but do remember this. It's a part of security market line. It's only concerned with systematic risk of a security. That is what he said is uncontrollable factors. So is measured by beta. The security market line only takes into consideration only those securities which are correlated priced in view of systematic risk associated with the security. This is a formula. RI is equal to RF, or you can take alpha I plus beta I into RM minus RF. Here anyhow I am going to give you formulas again, because we will be having different formulas. Some similar differentiation will be there. What is beta? How it is correlated? Beta coefficient measures a stock relatively volatility. Beta measures the stock sensitivity to overall market movement. Beta is measured by comparing changes in a stock price to changes in the value of S&P 500 index over a period of time. It's a market index, S&P, Standard & Poor. General example has been taken. There's another formula, Sharpe optional formula. This is nothing but again capital market line. Anyhow, while doing the problems, I'm going to explain you in detail. Capital asset pricing model, systematic and unsystematic risk. As a theoretical description of way in which the market prices investment assets is the positive theory. Unsystematic risk can be diversified and is relevant, and systematic means which have control on the factors like internal to the company, like audition, accounting and all internal to the company it will be, it has control. Whereas systematic risk cannot be diversified as it is relevant and is measured by beta. So uncontrollable factors cannot be measured and it is measured by beta. Determine the level of expected on a portfolio or security. It's an SML, security market line, what I said you. Formula clarity is not there. I'm going to give you anyhow this formula again. SML, security market line. And if you show the security market line with the excess return on vertical axis, the equation of SML is CAPM. The intercept is 0, the slope of the line is beta, and assumptions are like People pay taxes and commission. Many people look ahead more than one period. Not all investors forecast the same distribution. Okay, stationarity of beta. Beta is not stationary. Equity risk premium refers to difference in the average return between stocks and same measure of risk-free rate. So the equity risk premium in the CAPM is the excess of expected return on the market. Some researchers are proposing that the size of the equity risk premium is shrinking as such. Correlation, linear, importance of logarithm and statistical, and here we are going to discuss about that. Now, arbitrage pricing theory states that a number of distinct factors determine the market return. Roland Ross state that a security, anyhow, while explaining the APT model only, I am going to explain it again, this method also. I'll wind up the class now, so that I hope it is clear to all of you. I'll wind up the class now. I'll do the problems in my next class. These are the formulas also has been given in this model. Replication also has been given. So security long run return is a function of changes in inflation, industrial production, risk premium, the slope of the term, structure of interest rate. So not all analysts are concerned with the same set of economic information. A single market measure such as beta does not capture all the information relevant to the price of a stock. So this is the formula: actual return, expected return on a security A, sensitivity of security A to factor 1, unanticipated change in factor APT. These are the formulas again. Replicating the randomness. Since we are able to match the random components exactly, the only terms that differ at this point are the fixed components. But if one fixed component is larger than the other, arbitrage profits are possible by investing in highest yield security, while short selling in one and long selling in one will assure an exact cancellation of random terms, hence which are random as such. So when you compare CAPM and APT, they are difficult to construct, theoretically, or assets should be included, real estate, gold, etc. So practically a proxy like S&P 500 index is used. APT requires the specification of the relevant macroeconomic factors. So the CAPM and APT complement each other rather than compete. Both models predict the positive returns with the result from factor sensitivities that move with the market and vice versa. They both give the same results as such. So that is what I'll wind up the class over here. In my next class, I'm going to do the problem. See all of you guys. Bye, all of you.